1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You guys see those? Do you know what these are? What are they? Five senses. Great. So with the first group, we talked about these guys. Like, why does this apply to pitching? Why do the five senses apply to pitching? Anybody have an idea? Go ahead, David.
Your focus, so like, like I'd say feel. You feel when you feel yourself moving properly, you're in the zone. Smell, not really sure with that, but I mean, coming on for a baseball game, just the smell of really anything, a smell of a fresh ball, a smell of the dirt. Anything,
Okay. We ain't writing a friggin' poem here, though, right? So you're right. Like, I agree. Smell, not really going to apply here. Taste, I mean, unless you're licking the bat or the ball, like, probably not going to apply. But you're on the right track here, right? Hearing, I mean, yes and no, but in terms of, like, executing a pitch, not really. What about this last one? Sight. Yeah, you guys are on to something already. All right, so here's what's funny about this. With the first group, I asked them to list these out for me. I said, guys, can you list the thing? And this was the order that they listed them in because I wrote them down. And the fifth one was tripping guys up. They didn't know the fifth one. They listed the first four. They couldn't think of the fifth one. And you guys are laughing like, oh, that's great. But that's because I already had it written down. I ran this test 2 more times today. First on myself, because I sent a message out on the app. Everybody saw the message? Point is, in the message, I sent something about visual and mental yesterday. We're going to talk about the visual and the mental aspect of these things. Okay? And it was funny because I was like, oh, okay, like visual and mental, like what's different there? Mental, obviously, is your brain and how your emotions and everything is playing into how you throw the ball. And I was like, visual, that's not the right word. What do I want? And I was like, oh, what I really want is the physical side. So I was like, okay, like what's the broadest sense of physical? And I was like, well, the 5 senses, because all of those are physical things. If you feel something, touch something, it's physical. You hear it. Your ears are actually going through hearing something. Same thing with smell, same thing with taste, same thing with seeing, right? Your body is working to do those things. And I had some guys in here last week that were really, have some guys in this room last week that were really complaining about trying to achieve certain feels. And I think there's 2 different pieces to that. One, their brains are not allowing them to because of a very powerful phrase that we're going to talk about. But the second one is you're literally not using 2 of these really important senses. In order to feel and execute something on the pitching end, guys, we have to use sight. We have to use our eyes. Okay, so I had an older guy, he's a junior, and he used this phrase, and I was like, no, man. You guys know what it is? It's the most powerful phrase in the world. Nobody knows what it is? I can't. He's like, I can't throw a strike anymore. I can't locate my fastball. I can't command my changeup. He's saying he couldn't do all these things. And I was like, well, we'll find out if that's true. And I had him close. I did this with a couple other guys too, maybe Cole. I had him close his eyes on the mound. I said, okay, envision the target. I said, okay, now lift your leg. I said, okay, as soon as you start moving forward to throw the pitch, open your eyes, pick up the target, throw the ball. And he did it. And he threw 3 strikes. 2 with a fastball, 1 with a changeup. I said, don't tell me you can't. You can. What's happening is your brain and your eyes are not communicating properly. You're not allowing them to communicate properly. We see all day long, guys, right? From the minute we wake up in the morning, our eyes are open, we see all these things. We're stimulated with all this stuff. Advertisements and billboards and Instagram posts and flashy signs and Tyler's bright orange shirt, all this stuff we see all day long. And because we're so stimulated, sometimes we don't process what some of those things are that we see. And when we get on the field, we have to. You can't skip that. You have to process what's going on. Okay? So I want you guys to understand that. And in a minute, can't do this now because my phone is rolling taking this video. But as soon as Tyler gets back in here, we're going to break down a video of Eli Prim today. Eli just walked in the back. Okay? I've been telling him this for 2 weeks that we were going to break down some video, and I'm finally getting around to it. And I really wanted time to be able to look at him and see what was in front of me before we did this. Okay? Some of you guys are not even to this point yet. Some of you guys are. Okay? So turn around and look at Eli. Just look at him. What do you guys see? Give me something. Somebody say something.
Big guy.
Big, Vinny said big guy. What'd you say?
He's wearing a gray shirt.
He's wearing a gray shirt. Non-relevant. All right, what else? Anybody else got anything? What hand does he throw with?
The lefty.
Left hand. Okay, what else? I got one. He's short. Okay, what else? Okay, he looks, huh? He got an amazing smile. He looks the part. Would you guys say that? Like if he walked in a room, would you be like, oh, he probably sucks, or oh, he might be pretty good. He looks the part. Okay? Now we'll go a little bit deeper with the things that we know about him, not at first glance, right? Beyond first glance. I wrote down that he has a good body, good baseball body. Okay? I wrote down that he has pretty good feel with low intent. He understands how to throw at low intent. His catch play is pretty good. I wrote down that he has trouble translating that low intent to the mound and to high intent. Okay, those are the first things that popped into my brain. Would you agree or disagree with that stuff, Eli?
Absolutely.
Yeah? So, again, guys, like this is how we as coaches have to break down every single one of you guys. This is how we have to look at it, right? Like, what do we see? What's good? What's bad? What are we going to try to change? And how are we going to produce a better end result? Okay, so like a lot of times you guys want like instant gratification. Coach, what am I doing wrong right now? Right? I've heard guys ask Tyler that, and Tyler's working with 5 other guys at the same time. He's like, not really the focus at that particular moment. Right? Or we're working on pull downs and Henry goes, hey, Coach, how come I don't throw hard off the mound? I don't know, Henry. We're not working on the mound right now. We're working on pull downs. Right? Like you guys have to understand that it takes us time. We would be doing a disservice to you if we just spit out some kind of bullshit information without actually taking a look at what's under the hood.